is my first video. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, so I finally did it. It's called Teeya Tuesdays. So I have a whole bunch of topics I want to talk about. Of course, not in this video, but you know, every Tuesday I'll bring them up. But I just want to bring up something that happened to me the other day, kind of share my experience. I'm gonna sing you the song, and it's not long at all, and I'm gonna explain, you know, what I got from it. I don't wanna be anything, 'cause I'm already somebody. Oh, I don't wanna be anything, 'cause I'm already somebody. Oh, I wanna go where nobody knows my name, but at the same time, everybody knows it's me. I don't wanna be anything. Okay, so those are the words. I was literally in the bathroom trying to find like hair products to, you know, do my natural hair. And I just started singing, which is how I write songs anyway. I just started singing and those words came to mind. And I just kept singing it. And I started to look in the mirror, and when I kept singing, I don't want to be anything, I just started crying. And I was like, oh my God, why am I crying? I'm such a crybaby. But I started crying, and I truly know and believe that God gave me that. Even if it was only for me, I know He gave it to me, and here's why. My young adult life, meaning I guess since I went to college, which was in spring 2009, my life has transformed. And I say transformed because it's changed in a way that I can't even go back to. But it's transformed, and basically what happened is I found out that I could actually do something well. You know, coming from, you know, a childhood where I was always in trouble, and I always, you know, was doing stuff I shouldn't have done, and I never got good grades, and I didn't really have a lot of friends, and, you know, just a dark, you know, childhood. I was always in my room or eating or to myself. You know, I was very distant from family and people. Well, when I went to college and I found out that I could actually do well, it was like a drug, and I just started to overachieve, and I just wanted to be better and be better and be better and be better. And I always said, I just want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. I don't want to be famous, so you can keep it. Like, I just want to be somebody. And I feel like God gave me that because that was Him telling me, you're spending so much time trying to acquire this person that you think you should be. This person who's and I always say it, like, I just want to be a great person. I just want to be a good person. I just want to, you know, I want to smile. I want to be good. I want to be of value. I don't want to just. I don't want anyone to put just before my name. I want to have purpose. And I feel like that was Him telling me, like, you spend so much time trying to be something that you already are. And I remember, and I always have bathroom moments. I know that's weird and maybe nasty, but whatever. But I remember I was in the bathroom one day too, and I clearly heard God say to me, and for me, it's not like a voice, you know, like, Teeya, this is the Lord. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, it just shows up as like a knowing or a thought, but I know it's from Him because it's so rich and it's loving. It's not that guilty feeling or condemnation. But the thought was, He said, you know, it's not that you don't know who you are. You do know. He said, you don't have the courage to accept it. And what that means is it takes courage to be yourself. It really does. And people can make it seem like it's easy, and sometimes it is easy, but the only time, well, it's always easy. I take that back. It's always easy, but it's hard when you're in an area or you're around people or in an environment where everybody wants to do what's trending and everybody wants to be something else, and you're the only one being yourself. You stand out, you know. You're a rebel. You're an outcast. But going back to the topic, He was just letting me know that you're already somebody. And we spend our lives trying to acquire and try to be this and try to get this. And, girl, I got to get this new hair so I can be, so I can look. All these things trying to acquire, and He was telling me that you already are. And another thing that He gave me was, life is about awareness. It is not about becoming, because that even that you become, you already were. And think about it like this. This is an example he gave me. When you were a child, you didn't know your ABCs. Did it mean that the ABCs did not exist? No. It meant that you weren't aware of it until someone taught you your ABCs, and now you know. So life is not, it's not about the fact that I have to do this to become this or this to become this. No, you go through things in life to become aware of who you are, aware of how you respond, aware of your strengths, aware of your weaknesses, aware of what you need to work on. It's an awareness, because there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's here has already been created. When you learn about it, that's when you become aware of it. But it's already been here. And that's what God is saying. You're so busy trying to find this person who's already here. You just have to become aware that she's there. And that's what you should search for. Awareness. And how do I search for awareness? What does that mean? Awareness is seeking, is getting to know. Like, really asking yourself, what do I like? Without thinking about what other people think, without thinking about what's out now. Like, literally writing a list of things that you like. What are things that you like to do? Prime example. This is the greatest example. Think of something that you would like to do, but you're like, no, that's stupid. Or, no, nobody would like that. Or, no, that's a dumb idea. Those are your ideas that you suppress, and we're taught to suppress, because media and TV, and I hate to say that, but it's the truth, we're always taught that we don't have enough. And that's how businesses make money. You want to look more pretty? Well, buy this. Or you want to cover up those dark spots? Well, buy this. You want to clean your house? They sell us on having better, better, better. And life is not about better, because there are people who have the best and they're still sad inside. There are people who have a lot of money and they're lonely. So you have to come to terms and think, well, what is life really about? And it's about God preparing this place for us. And day by day, moment by moment, we are becoming aware, and he's exposing what's really here and who we really are. So if I could say anything to you, and I know that I'm not going to say it anymore, and I know God's going to have to remind me, because I've said it for so long, that I just want to be somebody. That was me saying that I was insecure and that I didn't feel like I was nothing. And when I don't achieve, or when I don't do something well, I feel like crap, because it reminds me of my past. But that's God telling me, oh, honey, whatever he calls me, honey boo boo, not honey boo boo, but Teeya, whatever he calls me, that's him telling me, like, shorty, look, that was an awareness, and though that was the moment of you acting out of insecurities and not knowing who you are, and that was a process. Let that be okay, but don't stop the awareness. That's when you stop growing, when you stop learning. I know that you're hearing a lot of familiar cliches, but this is the truth. And he's saying don't cut off the awareness. And when you cut off the awareness, it means that you're only looking at the past. He's saying keep your eyes open. Keep being aware, so I can show you the layers and, to who you are, and the things that are exactly for you. And don't trade them when I show you. Don't diminish them when I expose them to you, when I give you the ideas. Don't negate them or throw them away or look at them as small because other people don't understand, or because a large amount of people don't give you accolades and say that this is a great idea. And my last example is this. If you are a writer, say for instance you're a writer, you've been writing for years, like ever since you were little, you used to write your thoughts, you used to write short stories, you wrote poems. If you were to grow up and say, I want to be a writer, that doesn't make sense. Because you're already a writer. Like, you've been writing for years. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And he gave it to me like this. He said, if you've been a writer and only, out of your lifetime, only 4 people read your work. Only 4 people. It was never published, but only 4 people read your work. You are and were still a writer. Just because everyone didn't know it and everybody couldn't validate you does not mean that you are not a writer. Goes back to the first example I gave you. The ABCs before you were born always existed. Just because when you were a newborn you didn't know that they existed did not mean that they were not ABCs. Does not mean that it did not exist. It just means that you weren't aware of it. And the same thing as a writer, as a singer, whatever it is you want to do. Don't think that, oh, I'll become this when everyone knows I am. You already are. Whether or not they are aware. So I really, really hope and I pray that that this made sense to some people, because I know it made sense to me and I know it was for me. And it is first for you, and then you share it with whoever it's for. I hope it brings clarity that you don't have to make it a goal anymore to be anything, but to become aware more and more every day of who you are and the excellence that's on the inside of you, and that life is about love and awareness. Life is about, it's a ride, it's a show, it's laughing, it's crying. Life is art. It's not about perfection. It's not at all. You'll miss the moments to laugh if you're worried about being your best. I mean, well, not being your best, but if you're worried about, so much of being your best that you're so timid or you got an attitude. And I know that because that was me. I was so stressed out about being perfect or being my best that I missed the moments to laugh. I missed the moments to have fun. Some of the times when my friends were going out, I should have went, but I was so busy trying to be, and I missed those moments that were about love because I was trying to be something that I already was. So again, I hope I didn't make this video too long, but that blessed my heart, and it's even blessing me now just really thinking about it and saying it to you all. Just, you have to know that you're more than enough. There's no way that you can come from a God and be lacking. You're more than enough, and focus on that. Don't focus on the vain things like beauty and fashion. Those things are vain. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but you have to first focus on you, okay? I love you guys. Again, this is Teeya Tuesday.